market has also been supported by government stimulus and low interest rate and also liquidity. So ladies and gentlemen, now we are at this point here, all right, point B. At the point B here, we do face resistance. Besides the cooling measure, we have technical recessions, and we have also, because of the COVID-19 situation, the economy also faced very challenging situations of restarting the economy and so on, that will also cause job losses and possibly uncertainty in terms of employment. So that caused the property market faces, that caused the resistance that the property market is now going through. But nevertheless, because our government is very on the ball, our government have introduced many stimulus, just like the global government. They are also very on the ball to stimulate the economy. Our government have pumped in, how much is it? 100 billions, close to 100 billions, all right, to stimulate the economy. And the interest rate environment right now is at a very low interest rate. I'm doing a repricing of my own housing loan. And as an investment property, one bank's offered me a fixed rate of 1.5. Another bank's offered me a fixed rate of 1.35. And another bank's offered me a fixed rate of 1.2. So can you imagine the banks are coming to me for business, and each one offer me a lower interest rate. And that means it gives me a lot of incentive, all right, to continue to invest in real estate. So if you have money in the banks that is earning you only about what, 0.6 or 0.7 fixed D, and you have the opportunity to invest in investment vehicle that can probably promise you 3% returns. So the net is the money in your pocket. So because of low interest rate environment, currently there is a lot of support in the market, is that people is coming into the property market to get to park their funds for the reasons of low interest rate and to put money in their pocket by using the bank's money. So the market is also filled with a lot of liquidity from all the QE force that is introduced by the central banks that have actually created a lot of money in the market that has make it very attractive to park that liquidity in real assets. So this can be seen from the residential price index. We have grown 0.3% on quarter 2, 2020. This is the latest statistics that is brought down by URA, despite the lockdown and fear of recession. Okay, so even COVID-19 is around, the residential property price index have grew by 0.3%. How can this be? All right, let me explain to you. Prices is also supported by rising new launch units sold. So in the current market situation, we are experiencing an echelon of new launches, and we also experience a lot of new launch transaction. So since the first quarter of 2019, the new launch transaction has been rising. So if you were to look at history of itself, when there is a lot of transactions, the red color bar here indicate the new launch units sold. So if there is a lot of new launch units sold, the property price, the private residential price index rise. And when there's a lot of new launch units sold back in the 2004 all the way to 2007, the private property price index rise also. All right, 2009 to 2013, a lot of new launches sold, private property price index rise. And right now, there is also evidence of more and more new launch units sold. And what will happen to the property price index? All right, so what I'm trying to say is that the price index is very well supported by the rising new launch units sold. So for those of you guys who are sitting here in this seminar and thinks that, hey, price will drop, I'm just explaining to you there is a lot of support measures from the government stimulus, and there is also low interest rate environment, and there is also liquidity, plus there is a lot of new launch units sold. Okay, And this is also published in the Business Times that underlying demands for new condos is very strong. Okay, how strong? Okay, this is how strong it is. The new home take-up rate, it's close to 200% in June, which is 173% versus the number of units sold versus number of units launched. All right, so there are more sold unit than launched unit. So it's more than 100%. And because of this take-up rate, it really brings a lot of support to the property price index. And the recovery of the new home sales started first in May. So you know we are in that COVID-19 and we have the circuit breaker and we have the reopening. All right, so shortly after the reopening, back in June, we have a 2.9 times increase in primary sales. And we also experienced a 3.8 times increase in the resale market. So what this means? This means there's a lot of pent-up demand. And this means there's a lot of people wanting to get into the property investment wagon. All right, and this vehicle is driving, all right, the market. And in fact, it puts money in your pocket if you are the investor. Now, why do I say that? If you look at this this chart here, I'm trying to show you that currently we are experiencing cash flow positive because of low interest rate environment. All right, the green line shows the average CCR, RCR, and OCR yield. All right, core central region, rest of the core region, and outside core central region yield. That means island-wide yield. So if we take the whole island private residential non-landed properties, all right, and take their rental, this is the rental yield, which is averaging about 3% at the moment. And there is this mortgage rate, which is equal to the SIBOR rates plus 0.8. So if you take the SIBOR rate, don't take the fixed rate, take the SIBOR rate plus 0.8 over the last almost 20 years, since 2004 until now. All right, you can see that the interest rate mortgage rate have actually hit about 4%. And right now it's going towards 1. All right, because SIBOR has 4, I think SIBOR has 4 below 0.3. So there you are. So the interest rate is very low. So the difference between the island-wide average yield minus away the mortgage rate, which is the cost of funding that investment, the difference is the money in your pocket. All right, and that is indicated by this blue chart here, all right, which is yield versus mortgage rate spread. So we call that yield versus mortgage rate spread. And this, if it goes up, means there is more positive cash flow into the borrower pocket. Not so good news for the lender, very good news for the borrower. So what this means is, once again, low interest rate have provided huge support to the property market. Well, recently we have experienced this, is that we observe that more and more buyers are looking to upgrade into a new home over resale. So most new home experience better growth than resale. And that's one of the reasons why purchaser is going for new home. Besides, everything is new, right? The growth rate is also better. But how can it be better? You know, the price is higher, than there's a disparity between new and resale. How can new home have better growth rate? Well, it can have better growth rate if the future selling price of the new home is higher. That means you buy high, but you can also sell higher. Or you buy low, you can also sell lower. So buying new launch have better ROI and ROE than buying resale. All right, and we did a calculation on this. In fact, in ERA, we have an app called the iERA app. It's one of our super tech tools that helps our agents to value add, or rather creating values for our customer. We have the robo-advisor, and in the robo-advisor itself, we are able to help our customer with their unique financial positions to craft out plans for them, all right, be it investing in the HDB resale, resale condo or a new condo, either buying independently themselves or with their spouse together, the robo-advisors do gives the investment analysis for our customer. So in the robo-advisor, we do a test and to simulate that with the same growth rate per year for resale condo and new home condos. If we put in the same selling price, the same rental, and also the same growth rate per year, we have, it is evident that new launch provides higher investment returns than resale. Well, it is not that resale becomes stagnant. No. Please don't misunderstand. Resale never becomes stagnant. All right. It's just that resale growth is slower, whereas new home growth is faster. But on this stimulation, we are not putting in different growth rate. Even if we put in the same growth rate, assuming we put in the same growth rate of only 2% per year, and this is what happens. All right, we just put in growth rate of annual compound price appreciation 2%. All right, for resale condo, and for new condo is also 2%. And this is what we get. All right, on the year 4 onwards. Now year 3, year 1, year 2, year 3 of the holding period of the property. All right, obviously most investors will not sell away the property because there is a what? Seller stamp duty. Right. There's a seller stamp duty, so you won't be possibly selling. So you buy a new home, the first 3 years there's seller stamp duty, nobody will sell that unless you really need to liquidate. Otherwise, no reason why you're doing that. Okay, but on the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, 10th, if you compare that with the resale having the same growth rate, all right, it looks like the new homes have a better ROI than the resale property. And that's why I want to share with you. If you are seriously looking for capital gain, all right, maybe you can look into new home sales. Right? Is that your investment objective, capital gain? Is that your investment objective, everyone? You know, today I have a topic title that is called Achieve Your Investment Goal with Holland Collections Project. So what is your investment goal? What is your investment objective, guys? So ladies and gentlemen, this evening you are here on Friday, right? You come here to listen to this talk, right? Do you have an investment objective? If you have, please show me your hands that you have investment objective. Do you have? What is investment objective? Okay. Investment objective is like this. If you have the investment objective of capital gain, can you type in 1? Your investment objective is capital gain. Can you type in 1? If you have an investment objective of rental yield, can you type in 2? And if you have an investment objective of retention, can you type in 3? And if you are a true savvy investor, you want all of the above, can you type in 4? I have, you know, I have the suspicions that actually all of you have attended my previous seminar before. Looks like you guys know what I'm going to ask you. Yes, I'm going to ask you, if you are a true savvy investor, you want all of the above. Truly, we are not just Singaporean. The 𝐿 Singaporean, we are truly savvy investor. We look at investments in terms of capital gain, cash flow, rental yield, and also wealth retention. Because as a true investor, you never lose money. You retain your wealth. So that is our investment objective. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about capital gain. I think this is something that most of us are very interested in. If today I put in $1 million in a property and 1 year later it become 1.3 million, I'll be very happy. That is called 300,000 capital gain. So capital gain only happens if the current price does not reflect its true value. All right, if you look at the stone and the diamond, you go to the diamond shop to buy a diamond, you pay a diamond price. But if you go to a shop to buy a stone, knowing that there is a diamond underneath that stone, then you buy a stone at a stone price with the diamond inside the stone that eventually will reveal by itself when everybody realizes that there is a diamond underneath that stone. So when do everybody knows that there's a diamond in that stone? Is when there's news report, when there is people talking about it. All right. So price gain only happens when everyone realizes that there is diamond underneath the coal. So justification of capital gain is about limited supply. So today I'm going to talk about a little bit about this capital gain on limited supply, because the late real estate tycoon Mr. Ng Teng Fong once said, if you open the map, you can't see the place because it's too small, and only the name that's the place to invest in, that is Singapore and Hong Kong are the best example. So investing in Singapore is a very good, very good options that you have taken. Supply versus demand is that if supply is low, price will tend to rise. And if supply is a lot, price will tend to drop. So with that in mind, I want to show you that the volume of supply of freehold property and leasehold property, the number of transactions by tenure since 2013 till now. Why I choose 2013 is after all the whole string of stringent cooling measure was introduced till now, 99 years transactions per month is averaging about 1,002. Freehold transactions per month is about 528. All right, but if you look closely right now, actually the freehold transaction has dropped below that 500 mark per month. Current moment is below average last 7 years. The transaction volume of freehold property is 2.3 times lesser than leasehold property, which means there is limited supply in terms of freehold property. All right, so in June, freehold property transaction is only 262, and 99 leasehold property is 1,154. So on average for the last 7 years, we're talking about 2.3 times. This is like almost 5 times, all right? So the number of freehold transactions is getting lesser and lesser. So over the last en bloc boom, the supply of freehold properties can only be possible if it's from en bloc sales or collective sales. It is not possible from government land sales, because government don't sell freehold land. In their government land sales program, only leasehold land is released for developer to tender. So in the market, for any buyers who want to buy into freehold property, you have to buy from the existing owner, all right, for landed property, or you have to buy from en bloc sales, and the developer will buy from en bloc sales and redevelop from that en bloc property. So over the last en bloc boom from 2017 to 2018, as much as only 20% of the overall number of transactions that is concluded is freehold. The other 80% is leasehold. So freehold units are very scarce. It is really great opportunity if you have the if you are in the financial positions to accumulate new launches. Go for new launch that is freehold. All right, because that is the fundamental behind capital gain, limited supply. Okay, so let me introduce to you the freehold Holland Collections project, which is the topic of tonight. So the Holland Collections project that is in our basket that I am going to talk about this evening is the following projects. So we have 15 Holland Hill, Leedon Green, Van Holland, Wilshire Residences, and Hyll on Holland, which is launching soon. You know, all these projects are freehold, limited supply. All right, they are all the products and the creation from the last round of en bloc sales. After all this is gone, there's no more. You can only buy leasehold property unless there is more old freehold property that's put out for en bloc sales in future. Otherwise, no more. All right, so there is limited supply. So ladies and gentlemen, if you are serious in investing into property market right now, look for freehold property. So let's do an analysis on the core central region, District 10, and also the Holland Collections project. Okay, let's start with the prime location in Singapore core central region. Now, why do I go from core central region to District 10 to Holland Collections? Firstly, Holland is part of District 10, and District 10 is part of core central region. So what is core central region? Core central region is the prime location in Singapore. In fact, it is the heart of Singapore. So look like a heart shape, huh? All right, so the core central region consists of that 3 districts. You know, you hear people say 9, 10, 11, right? 9, 10, 11, 9, 10, 11. So 9, 10, 11 is that core central region prime property. All right, so these are 3 districts. Other than these 3 districts, there is also other district that is inside that downtown core planning area. All right, which is part of District 1, District 2, District 4, District 7, that falls inside that downtown core planning area. And also Sentosa. Right, so we have the downtown core planning area, 9, 10, 11 plus Sentosa. These are all the CC area. Got it? Very clear? Huh? So now we talk about CC area. These are all the districts. 9, 10, 11, 1. District 1. Consider part of the downtown core. So these are all the areas. And then District 2, where Tanjong Pagar is, Anson Road, Chinatown. All right, District 6, City Hall, High Street, part of District 4, like Sentosa. All right, and then the 9, 10, 11, which is 𝐁𝐲 𝐑𝐞𝐻𝑒𝑚𝐾, Orchard. All right, Balmoral, Bukit Timah, River Valley, Tanglin, Holland, Orchard Boulevard, Grange Road, Chancery, Nanyang Road, Newton. All right, so these are all the prime locations in Singapore. Singapore is not that big, so we have all these is the heart of Singapore, core central region. So we're talking about the core central region, and what are the current new launches in the core central region and the selling price. Let's go look at it. Current new launch in the core central region, like District 2, Tanjong Pagar, we have 𝐶𝑜𝐿CTION Residences. The average selling price per square foot, okay, per square foot, there is a square that is like 1 foot, 1 foot, is $3,478. So if you were to buy a 1,000 square feet unit, it's like a HDB 4-room flat, that is like 3.478 million. All right, but the highest transaction in the District 2 new launch core central region is 4,987 per square foot. Is that a surprise? So this is District 2. Then we look into District 7, which is part of the downtown core planning area at Beach Road. That is Midtown Bay, 99 leasehold property. How much is the average price? About 2,009. How much is the highest price transacted? It's 3,362 per square foot. That's the price. That is District 7. So for all of us, we are property agent, no surprise, because we transact this price, we hear that our colleague transacted this price, no surprise to us. But if you are someone that is just entered the property investment market, you probably find that this is obscene. Like, hey, how come the price is so high? Yes, this is the current price. This is the current transacted price, recently transacted, and units are moving. All right, so this is District 2 and District 7. Next, I'm going to show you the prime shopping belt, which is 9, 10, 11, Orchard Road, River Valley, all right, Newton. Avinia at District 9 at River Valley. Average price is 3,001. It goes to a high of 3,004 per square foot. All right, and Boulevard 88, freehold property in District 10, averaging 3,006. The high is 3,008. And Pullman Residences, Newton, at District 11, freehold property, averaging price 2,008, a high of 3,003. And these are the available new launch in 9, 10, 11. So look at the price. The averaging is about, what, 3,000 plus minus, all the way to 3,006 and Boulevard 88. And these are freehold property. Okay, it can go to the high of 3,008, 3,003 to 3,008. Okay, then move on. Actually, I just show you some images of the very prime property in the downtown core and also 9, 10, 11. But if I were to take that whole basket of core central region new launch, the average per square foot is 2,855 PSF. 2,855 PSF. The whole core central region, which include 9, 10, 11, all right, downtown core plus Sentosa. So all the 99 years freehold property, all add up together, averaging is 2,855. Then let's zoom into District 10, which is where Holland is. So District 10 prices is higher than core central region average. So all the District 10 add up together, the average price is 2,950 PSF. So that is the current District 10 new launches. So District 10 new launches is higher than core central region. And what about Holland Collections project? So if we look at Holland Collection projects, the 15 Holland Hill, Leedon Green, Van Halen's and Wilshire Residences, the launch price is around 2004 to 2008 average price. And the high price is like, 2006 all the way to above only 3,000. So the Holland Collections pricing is averaging 2,007. In core central region is 2,008 plus, right? In District 9 is like 2,009, right? So Holland Collections are priced below District 10 and core central region new launches. Well, I'm just trying to tell you that if you think that Holland Collection launches is high, then take a look at the average of District 10 launches. They are 2,950, and take a look at core central region average. They are 2,855. So it comes up that the Holland Collection launches is at 2,710. It's a fair selling price. All right, and the upcoming launches at CCR as follows. So we have District 2, District 9, District 10. These are the projects that is not launched yet. So it's in that basket of not launched project. But this is important because we want to know what is the future pricing. So if that future pricing is high, then it makes your current purchase price like, well, you got a good deal because what you're buying now is lower than the future launch price. Because the future launch price could be a catalyst to push up the current buying price or the current selling price. So if we take a look at the future new launches break-even price that is cut out from square foot research from PropEdge. All right, these are their land costs from the GRS and en-bloc sales that the developer has purchased. So based on that estimated break-even price, all right, of all these future new launch, our research department have derived that the future launch price for CCR on average is about 2.8, and District 10 averaging is about 2.7 based on that basket of upcoming launches. Didn't add in the current launches. So upcoming launches in CCR provides strong support for the Holland Collections project. So if you have a question that, hey, is the Holland Collections project, will it drop price in the future? Well, it depends on the future launch price of all the upcoming launches. So if the upcoming launches is launching at even a higher price, then chances is, I don't think the current launch will be lower price. So is there potential upside for core central region, D10 and Holland? Okay, let's take a look at some of our findings. There is certainly some price disparity of CCRF. All right, after the stringent cooling measure in 2013 and 2018 plus COVID-19 right now, the overall non-landed residential price in OCR has recovered 31%, while the CCR price only recovered 10%. So indeed, there is a price disparity in terms of recovery in that region. So that three region, core central region, rest of the core region, all right, and the outside core regions. Outside core region experienced the most gain in terms of capital gain and recovery as compared to core central region. So core central region actually has a gap, and that is where opportunity is. So capital gain for properties in District 10 over the years is proven, all right, since the stringent cooling measure was introduced in 2013. District 10 experienced higher capital gain among all the properties in core central regions. So District 10 has, on the average non-landed residential price, have gained about 20%, whereas CCR has gained 10%. Okay, and capital gain on Holland Road is higher than District 10 over the last 7 years. On Holland Road itself, capital gain has shot up by 88%, and District 10 has gone up by 32%. So capital gains for bigger units are also experiencing higher gain for bigger units. So if you truly want to buy a unit in the Holland Collections projects, probably you can consider the bigger unit. Looks like the bigger units is well sought after by investor and also homestay. Anything that is over the last 7 years that is bought between 1,005 to 2,000 square feet, there was a capital gain of 47%. All right, and if something that is smaller units, looks like the capital gain is negative. So it looks like the bigger units it's better, all right, in this location in Holland Road. Okay, let's go back to that tenure and growth trend for Holland Collections project. So let me elaborate more on that limited supply freehold thing. So is freehold property a better wealth accumulated than 99 years in long-term horizon? Which is better, freehold or 99? You guys love freehold, right? I'm sure. All of us love freehold. Okay, because we are Asian. We want forever. So we love freehold property, isn't it? But is it a better wealth accumulator? All right, it depends. So let me just take a look at some analysis and show you. Okay, take for example the condominium that is along Holland Road and is near to Holland Village MRT. All right, my property agent friends in tonight's webinar, you probably know where is Wheeling View and also Mirasaga. All right, I'm sure you know this project. These are two freehold projects that is very near to Holland V MRT. Okay, so if we look at history, 20 years. Since the last 20 years, this is the capital gain. All right, property price have doubled for almost both of them. And this explains that whether you buy a freehold or leasehold that is near MRT, it's so near to the MRT, it's like you open the door, it's just outside your property. Makes no difference. All right, very little difference. Just a little bit more capital gain for freehold than 99 years. Okay, it's 114%, this one is 98%. So freehold property values appreciate more with time. This is more crucial. Because if we look backwards and the year 20 years ago, it's like there's a disparity. When you see such things, that is freehold property and the leasehold property next to each other, and the freehold property is cheaper than the leasehold property. All right, if you have the financial ability, do buy that property, because over time, this freehold property will exceed the price of the leasehold property. So during 20 years ago, the freehold property at Holland Village is actually lower price than leasehold property. Okay, and the price disparity is like -4%. But recent transactions, we have seen that the price disparity is 4%. So as early on I said, if it's near to property, whether freehold or 99 years old, is about the same, right? But if you go really in that accountant way to be very scrutinized on the gain, on the numbers of that gain, then of course freehold property has gained almost 8%. All right, -4 plus 4 is 8%. So there you are. That is the gain between the leasehold and the freehold property that's next to MRT. Okay, but if you are looking at properties that's not next to MRT in that Holland area, okay, not next to MRT, probably 1 bus stop or 2 bus stop away, or a walking distance away. So the freehold and the 99-year leasehold condo do matters. Okay, we take example like the Wits at Holland, which is freehold, compared to Holland's Wood Court, which is 99-year leasehold. And this is what we found. We find that the freehold properties have appreciated, all right? For 10 years, it's like 28%, and leasehold is 17%. And having said that, 12 years ago, these are the kind of prices. The price disparity is 46%. So freehold is 46% more expensive than leasehold. And recent transactions, it shows that freehold property has grown even more, and it's 51% price disparity. So if you buy something now that is like freehold, and it may seem that there is a big gap between the freehold and the leasehold property. All right, bear in mind that if you hold on to that freehold property for a period of like a decade, all right, and property is for long-term investments, for 10 years or 20 years, that price gap between that leasehold and that freehold property, the gap will be even wider. So what this means? This means that freehold property is a great vehicle for wealth retention. So if you put your money in leasehold property over a long time, the growth potential is not as big as the freehold property. Okay, that's what we want as a savvy investor. We want to have wealth retention besides wealth accumulator. Yes. So in terms of price analysis, let us talk about that freehold and leasehold thing in this District 10. So over the past 1 year, since July 2019 to July 2020, the 99-year leasehold in District 10 is averaging about 2005. The freehold in District 10 is averaging about 2009. So the current disparity between leasehold and freehold is 13%. I'm sure in the next 10 to 20 years, that disparity of the same property will be wider. So it's like it will divert out, okay, getting wider and wider over time. So what's the growth potential of freehold projects at Holland? Okay, let's take a look at that leasehold project first. Currently, there's only that one and only leasehold project that is from GLS called One Holland Village, which is the last GLS site sold at a record price of 1,888 per square foot per plot ratio. All right, and there's no more. And there's no more GLS or government land sales in that Holland location. So if there's no more government land sales in Holland locations, meaning future land supply will be from en bloc, I suppose, if there is successful collective sales in the future, all right, along Holland Road. So District 10 was a hotspot for freehold en bloc in 2017 and 2018. So let me recollect your memories. It's about only 3 years ago or 2 years ago, you open up the newspaper or you look at your iPad and your mobile phone and look at the Straits Times Daily News, Business Times Daily News, and what you discover. On the front page, right, that project was en bloc and each owner claims $2 million sales proceeds from the en bloc. And that's not just one. It's like every week there is such news. And that is back in 2017, 2018. So that is that during the en bloc boom time, right? So during the en bloc boom time, there is actually a lot of en bloc transactions at District 10 because there is no supply. You see the thing, when there is no supply, the demand is very strong. So when the demand is very strong, the price will go up. So this is what is happening in District 10, is that when there is no supply from government land sales, en bloc sales become the only way to provide that land supply. And developer actually grabbed that opportunity during the en bloc boom time to purchase from all the seller or collectively from all these old development. It's called the former project's name. Now the bracket is the current project name. Okay, so we have the former project name and the current project name. And along the Holland Collections project, like Van Holland, it was actually previously en bloc from Toho Mansion, and the developer co-brothers actually bought that en bloc sales at 1,805 per square foot per plot ratio. So Leedon Green is previously from Tulip Garden en bloc, bought by our developer MCL and Yen Lot. En bloc price is 1,790 per square foot per plot ratio. So Wilshire Residences is the developer Dong Ing Group Roxy Pacific. En bloc price is 1,536 per square foot per plot ratio. And let's talk about Hyll on Holland, which is to be launched soon. Is actually the two sites, the two en bloc projects, Astory and Hollandia, the consortium of Far East organization, which also include co-brothers. The en bloc price is these two plot of land prices is 1,654 per square foot per plot ratio and 1,007 per square foot per plot ratio. And then 15 Holland is also 1,007 plus. And for one Holland Village 99-year leasehold, the land cost is 1,888, which is the highest among all the freehold projects. Hey, you probably ask, hey, how can that be? So I just share with you, in the past, there are situations where freehold property is cheaper than leasehold property, but over time, the freehold property will gain more, because there is wealth retention, and there's also wealth accumulation over the long term, which is better than leasehold property. So currently, we are at the situation where the leasehold property looks like more is priced higher than the leasehold because the land cost is higher. Okay, so we look at we study all the Holland Collections project to find out what's the break-even price and so on. All right, we estimated that the current selling price of Holland Collections project, all right, it's at the average selling price right now, and these are the estimated margin, all right, that the developer is profiteering from this project, all right, and these are estimated margins only. The amount can be lower, all right, because it can vary depending on the actual cost of construction, especially right now when there's COVID-19 restriction and BCA, which is the building authorities have introduced a lot of COVID-19 new restriction, and the contractor have to pay more and the developer have to pay more. So their margins may squeeze on that reasons. But on average, their margin is about 20%, all right, for that Holland Collections project. So if we take a look at this, I want to share with you what is the potential in this location, right? So the potential of this location is very much dependent on the future land sales. Now, no more land sales in this location. But future, government land sales, looks like I don't have. En bloc sales, I think they would have. Why? Because in this location, Holland, there are many aging freehold condos that try to go en bloc during the last boom time. Either just failed at 80% quota or launched too late, and then came all the cooling measure and the developer pulled back. So the sales was not done. And this gives opportunity of you call this pent-up supply, because these are the owner who want to sell en bloc. But because of the last en bloc boom didn't manage, such like Spanish Village, all right, Sultan Place, Summerville Parks. So this will create the next en bloc wave in the near future. So if we take a Spanish village, the en bloc asking price back then, the land cost is like 1721, which is quite similar to all the other land costs, right, of the Holland collections project. So it's like 1007, the last round. And Sultan Place even asked for a land cost of 1009, 1917. Okay, let's do ask ourselves this question. What is the future land cost of freehold en bloc condo at Holland? Hits 1009 and 2000 per square foot per plot ratio in the next en bloc wave. Possible? No? Is this possible? What do you think? My audience, come on, give me an indication. What do you think? What do you think will be the future selling price? All my audience here, can you give me some indicative price of what is the future launch price? Oh, thank you, Grace. You say 3,005. All right, Stephen, you say 3,000. All right. 3,008, Rosalind. Elaine said 3,005. All right, CH, you say 2,005. All right, let me review to you. Based on the same format of calculation of what 𝐻𝑝ROC has done using that square foot system, okay, I tried to find out during the last en bloc wave, those who sold at 1009, all right, those who sold at 1009, what is their average land cost? Okay, that is 1009. Okay, that is like Royal Green, which is the District 10. Okay, previously en bloc from Royal View. So their current selling price is like 2007. Okay, estimated break even that time is about 2006. So the other plot of land that is en bloc at 1009 plus is Pullman Residences. So currently selling at average price for the last 1 year is 2008. So my friends, if you're talking about 1009 plus minus, okay, these are the selling price 2007, 2008, right? So right now you have this as example, but what about in future? This is this now, but in future we're talking about 2 years, 3 years of possibility when the current new home supply depletes. Because now new home supplies keep coming down and there's no more new supply coming in. So eventually that supply become lesser and lesser. You know, developer is in the development business. They have to replenish their land bank and they have to buy. If there's no government land sales, the way to go is en bloc sales. So en bloc sales will be the next wave at Holland Roads. So please lend me your ear. These projects may go en bloc. All right, Spanish Village, future selling price based on 1007. If they are still selling at 1007, it will be 2008. If they are selling at 1009, then it's 3002. If they are selling at 2000, then it's 3003. So these will be the future 5 to 10 years launch prices. Freehold condo for Holland. So the current price of 2007 on average should be way below future en bloc new developments that will be in that Holland location. So we're looking ahead. We're looking ahead now. You are in that first mover advantage. You buy something that is cheaper than the future prices. Because in every en bloc, seller collectively ask for higher price. Otherwise, they won't sell. And increase in land price and property price in that location. Okay, next very interesting research that I would like to present to you is homes that is near elite school. And we all know that District 10 and Holland Road, all these is quite near to some very good school, right? You know, I saw some of the sales agents website. You know, they say that this project is near to Henry Park, that project is near to ACS, this project is near to RI, and that project is near to RGS. You know, all these are elite school. So homes near elite school has indeed strong demands. And let's take a look at the elite school near Bukit Timah and Queenstown. Now, why do I bring in Queenstown? we're talking about District 10, right? But we're talking about Holland, and part of Holland it falls inside that Queenstown planning area. And part of Holland falls under the Bukit Timah planning area. So I have to do analysis to show you that in that Bukit Timah planning area and Queenstown planning area, all right, we discover that the Bukit Timah outperform island-wide home. And that explains that why Bukit Timah is outperform island-wide home. One of the reasons is because there is a lot of elite school. Okay, and Queenstown also outperform island-wide homes for that same reasons. And the amount that is outperformed is the same. Queenstown is 3.1 times. This is since year 2000, 1999 until year 2020 for 20 years. So Queenstown have gone up 3.1 times, island-wide about 2.8 times. Okay, Bukit Timah 3.1 times, island-wide 2.8 times. Okay, then we take a look at even we go into that District 10 itself. For example, inside District 10 we have Duchess Crest and Duchess Residences, which are near the elite school cluster, even nearer. All right, because in District 10 it's so big, right? So there are condominium that's just next to or very near to the elite school. So Duchess Residences and Duchess Crest is like example, and their growth is even higher over the years. So it really reflects the truth that homes near elite school has indeed higher capital gain over time. Okay, these are District 10 projects with highest rental volume, and these are their rental yield. So I'm not afraid of failing my investment goal in terms of rental yield if I am anchoring myself at locations that is near elite school, all right, and at the same time in that prime location. So in this case, District 10 rental yield, it's between 2 to 3%, all right, to 3.3%. So as you can see, with today's low interest rate of almost 1%, you have comfortably about 2% spread into your pocket. All right, if you take this as an investment property. Okay, next point, very interesting research that I want to share with you is about low population density area. So today we're talking about Holland collections. Is Holland a very crowded place? Or is it a very, its population is not so dense? What do you think? This photo is taken from the One Holland Village brochure, all right, on its unit overseeing Holland. So it looks like there is a lot of prime landed residential in that location. So it looks like not much high rise here, meaning it's low density. So what is Singapore population density? Then we can compare what is low and what is high. Singapore population density over the years, since 2009 to 2019 for the last 10 years, has grown from 7,025 to 7,866. Population density is calculated by Singapore total population over Singapore land area as of end June 2019. Of course, if the government reclaim more land, then the density, it don't increase as much. Maybe we also reclaim land. So currently it's 7,866 people per square kilometer, and it's considered one of the most dense country in the whole world. Do you know that? Okay. Then what is dense and what is not dense? If this is the population density. Okay, we take a look at all the planning area and then we compare. So these are the planning area at Toa Payoh, Bukit Panjang, Hougang, Jurong West, Punggol, Woodlands and so on. This population, and this is land area. These are the density per square kilometer. So in terms of Singapore average of 7,000 plus, this is like double. Toa Payoh is like double the Singapore average of 7,866, right? This is 14,000. Bukit Panjang is 15,000. Hougang is 16,000. Jurong West 18,000. Or Sengkang got 23,000. Choa Chu Kang 31,000. Okay. Wow. 31,000 is how many times that 7,000? 4 times. Okay, all you guys who stay in Choa Chu Kang, 辛苦你们了. Right, that is a very populated estate. Okay, then let's take a look at least density planning area. These are the least density planning area, downtown core. Okay, if right now you go down to Marina, you go down to Shenton Way and you go down to Marina Bay, all right, these are the kind of density I'm talking about. All right, 626.7 per square kilometer. Wow, 看不到人呢. Right, it's like 10 times, more than 10 times lesser than the national average. Okay, then Orchard is 900 plus. Okay, Tanglin 2008, Singapore River 3001, Newton 3008. That's where Bukit Timah is. Bukit Timah is how much? 4,004. Queenstown 4,007. Jurong East 4,004. So Bukit Timah and Queenstown have one of the lowest population density in Singapore. Learn something today? Yeah, it's a low density planning area. Okay, let's take a look at the most densely populated planning area, more than 14,000 people per square kilometer, versus the least density populated planning area, less than 5,000 people per square kilometer. So I have specially highlighted Queenstown and Bukit Timah to tell you, if you are investing in this location, or if you are buying a home in this location, you know, I think you will enjoy, because it's not as densely populated than the rest of the part of Singapore. Okay, and this is where Bukit Timah and Queenstown, yeah. So Queenstown planning area is like so big. Bukit Timah is like so big. So that Holland Road actually cut across Queenstown and also Bukit Timah. That's why I have to look at these two areas. Next, let's take a look at the capital gain for low density area versus high density area. So Bukit Timah and Queenstown have a capital gain of 3.1 times. Choa Chu Kang is a high density area. There is also capital gain, but the capital gain is lower. It's like 1.7 times. So $1 million invested in real estates in 1999 right now is 1.7 million. But if you have put that $1 million in Bukit Timah or Queenstown, then there's like 3.1 million. You get it? All right. There's higher capital gain for low density area. And it's also very apparent. Well, it's quite close, not that far away. But for Sengkang, because it's made out of a lot of new flats, they've gone up 3 times. But Bukit Timah and Queenstown still exceeds Sengkang. And Jurong West is down to 2.3 times. Bukit Timah, Queenstown 3.1. So we can conclude that the low density area private home price rise higher. Okay, in planning area with low population density. Got that point? Very good. Home near infrastructure improvement and transformation. All right, just last 2 points that I would like to share with you. I already shared with you a total of 6 points. Okay, now point number 7, which is home near infrastructure improvements and transformation. So what is the things that is coming over this part of Holland? Okay, as you can see from the background image, this is that One Holland extension master plan that is in URA. You can actually download all these maps from URA master plan. It's in the website. So these are the transformation of Holland Village since 2008. As you can see, it was from full commercial, all right, to residential commercial mix, and now full commercial and residential. Okay, the orange are all residential. So the plot ratio has also gone up. So a lot of interesting things that's coming this way. And this is 2019, last year, master plan. So you can see if master plan that's changing this way for that location that's next to the Holland Village MRT, means the next big thing is coming. All right, we're always looking for that next big thing for the capital gain reasons. There must be a next big thing in order to create a catalyst for capital gain. So transformation is the next big thing in Holland Village, and its upcoming integrated hub for new developments in these locations will add in more catchment, which is new residents, retail, and lifestyle in this location. That's why that explained that the 99-year leasehold land cost by the government land sales is like 1,888, whereas the freehold is only about 1,007. Okay, so having said that, there must be a reason because there is Holland Village integrated hub. So if you are so die-hard of an integrated hub, go ahead and buy a 99 years, all right, but you pay possibly more than $3,000 per square foot, okay, for one unit that is at one Holland Village. But if you look at all these freehold property pricing at between 2004 all the way to 2009, averaging about 2007, possibly is a better options. And you may ask me, hey Marcus, but this one not at the Holland Village hub there. Then I show you an example to prove to you there are effects of integrated hubs that will bring forth, all right, price growth for property that is away from the integrated hub, not so near from the integrated hub, but also increase in price. Take, for example, dual integrated hub. You know, as dual residences, right? So that is the dual integrated hub at Bugis. All right. The nearby property launches like Southbridge Residences and the M, these are properties that has benefited from that dual integrated hub at Bugis. So opening of Bugis integrated hub was in Q1 2018. All right, Southbridge Residences in Q3 2018 was launched at 3,001. So today, the catalyst effect of all these new projects, Southbridge has gone up to 4,003, and that is an increase of 36.3%. And the M has also increased by 2.7% since its launch during the COVID-19 Q1 2020. Indeed, will the dual integrated hub effects be the same for Holland integrated hub? I think so. Yes, because when there is transformation at the heart of Holland, when that things develop and wow, the surrounding property will be lifted. Last but not least, my last point for this evening, before I conclude these sessions, is about risk assessment. As I said, upside gain, if it's more than downside risk, then as a savvy investor, no problem, go ahead and invest. But are Holland property more stable and less prone to wild price swing? This is what I want to share with you, because currently the market is very volatile. One moment we hear trade war, another moment we hear got vaccine. Next moment that got vaccine disappear. Next moment, talk about unemployment rate go up. Next moment, one company go bankrupt. Next moment, unemployment, so many people gonna fire from this bank or that casino or, you know, next moment and next moment and next moment. So many uncertainty in the market. Will that cause a serious price swing in the property that you're going to buy at this moment? Okay, let's take a look at this, all right? There is property that will be affected, but there are properties that is not. So let me just go back to the introduction of the cooling measure by the government. That was back in 2013. Indeed, that was the time when the government introduced the ABSD and TDSR. It has reduced the number of homes bought by foreigners. Okay, because, you know, ABSD was introduced to ease the speculative foreign buyings or foreign funds coming into Singapore, and with so much foreign funds coming to Singapore, there is a if there's a black swan event that happens, all these foreign funds pull out from the property market, then the whole financial market may collapse because property is financed by the bank. So when ABSD is introduced, it sort of curbed all this foreign speculation. So without that foreign purchase or speculation, that so-called properties that most foreigners used to buy face the music. But those properties that foreigners don't use to buy will not be so much affected. Okay? So if you want to talk about safety nets, and if you want to talk about security, or if you want to talk about stability and no wild price swing, then we should look at properties that is buy by foreigner and not bought by foreigner. Okay, I give you some example that later on. All right, but let me finish this. So July 2018 cooling measure further reduced foreign buyer in Singapore. So if you read from the press, like, hey, actually lesser and lesser foreigner buying into Singapore. But those foreigner buying in Singapore, they are not buying small, they're buying huge. They're buying like a 100 million penthouse, that kind of thing. So in the past, it's like a lot of foreigner buy possibly a couple of millions. Now it's like buying what, 10, 20, 30, 100 millions kind of property. Yeah? But there are lesser foreigner for sure. Okay. So if we look at the property that is bought by foreigner in the past, okay, investment property along Orchard Road, they are volatile and have yet to recover from 2013 cooling measure. So we look at St. Regis Residences. This is a 999 District 10 property. During global financial crisis, actually price have crashed 42%. Then it has recovered. But when 2013 government introduced ABST, they used to say they will let the prime property price move with the market. But actually they U-turn and they introduced a cooling measure that will put a stop to the speculation by foreigner. So foreign demands for St. Regis Residences have dropped, and in fact the price has also dropped. And right now it's still underwater. It's minus 11.6%. So Ritz-Carlton Residences is like during global financial crisis dropped 25%, and then with all the cooling measure dropped another 5%. Okay, so District 9, District 10 property that is along Orchard Belt, a lot of foreigner has shunned away. So the price actually came down a lot. Okay, and the sale at Marina Bay. So this is like District 1. It's the core, downtown core. Okay, so global financial crisis dropped 37%. And right now also dropped about 20%. Okay, and then One Shenton has dropped 17% and also dropped 20% right now. Okay, how about Sentosa? These are also foreigner place, right? A lot of foreigner buy into Sentosa. So you can see the coast. The coast at Sentosa Cove have dropped by 33% over global financial crisis, and cooling measure dropped another 16%. So it's like the low of that global financial crisis back to that price. Okay, and it's very volatile. So oceanfront is the same thing. It has dropped, a huge amount. That is like here is 48%, and right now it has dropped another 21%. Okay, after the cooling measure. Seriously, the cooling measure has affected a lot of foreign demand on the property that is used to be bought by foreigner. Okay, but Holland properties are less purchased by foreigner and therefore has less downside risk and actually has recovered since 2013 cooling measure was introduced. Okay, say for example, Summerview Park. Global financial crisis dropped 19%, but the cooling measure, no effect. It's actually increased by 20%. You get what I mean? No? Whereas the rest of the prime property in District 910, core central region that is favored by foreigner purchase, now foreigner is not buying, so the price dropped. Over here, foreigner in the first place don't participate so much in buying, it's more local. Prices actually went up since 2013. And similarly, another project like Spanish Village has also gone up, possibly because of the speculation news that, hey, this will go en bloc in the future. So if there's a seller, it's good to buy one unit here. So there you are, District 10 Holland properties is less prone to price wild swing. Okay, let's conclude my presentation this evening on achieve your investment goals with Holland Collections property. And let me conclude by with this sentence. It's about my most important investment goal. Besides property giving me that capital gain, rental yield, and wealth retention, I think my most important investment is about building and developing a home. A home is where love resides. Memories are created, friends are always welcome, and families are forever. So if you are a homeowner or an investor, choose a home that will last forever. Holland Collections is your choice.